look, sometimes you're supposed to help people relieve their suffering. Those are the grateful. Because the help you give them, they're going to take the little bit of helping to make it go a long way. But the ungrateful, when you give them your help, they're going to try to pull you down with them.
So not because even the ungrateful don't deserve grace.
Just, yeah, the grace is stay the fuck out their way. Stay out their way. You look, character is what separates royalty from peasants, not money. Because some of the peasants can behave in a more royal fashion than some of the royalty. Can be some of the worst motherfuckers ever walked this earth. It's about character. The golden heart gonna shine, right? Like, you just have to protect the golden heart with a steel sword. Let the sword of truth be your protection. Because if you tell the truth from the position of right, they ain't gonna want to come around if they ain't up to no good. They gonna cut you off. Oh, you said they cut you off already. Ain't that something?
I know, and I still even wish the best for them. And I still worry about them because I know they ain't on the righteous path. And I know, and I
guess what? They listen. If they ain't on the righteous path, they gonna get slapped back to the righteous path by a left hand of God. And you ain't got to do it. You don't have to be their huckleberry, but you can get out the way so they can go get what they got coming. You can't change people, but you can tell them and advise them on what they can do to do it better.
So what's the point of what's the purpose then? Am I breaking generational curses? Like, because I'm trying to get an understanding and
letting them get the fuck on about their business is breaking generational curses. Because the reason we in this shit is some motherfuckers that look like us brought their bullshit to us, and now we had to pay. The good had to suffer with the bad. So now we don't have to suffer with the bad. We can leave the bad to their own devices and let them make their own suffering in their own bed that they gonna lay in.
Regardless of who they are or who, whether it's my daughter's father, I gotta leave my daughter's father in the parable of the unknowing. You know what I mean?
Look, your woman's instinct gonna tell you who the fuck to cut off. Believe that shit when they talk to you. Okay. When they cut you off, let them the fuck go. And when your woman and mother instincts kick in, you gonna know. Some children gotta get kicked out the nest the hard way in order to fly.
All right.
You already know all of this. You just need permission to be yourself.
No, I don't want to see people suffer. I want everybody just to live and thrive and be abundant.
Okay, look, did you hear us earlier when we was talking about the struggles of life that make you stronger? Sometimes you see them, you don't want them to suffer, but sometimes they suffering is their spiritual developmental process. The people that ain't supposed to suffer, they gonna be filled with gratitude when you come to assist. The ones who need to suffer and to mold them into a better person, you got to get out their way. They gonna make their own path, and it ain't nothing you could do about it but get ran over in the process. Stay in your lane. Your lane is just fine.
Ancestors and all.
Yeah. When you look, your ancestors come to you.
My Uncle Eddie, I'm like, look now.
Listen, this is the joy of breaking generational curses, what I'm about to tell you. Okay. Whatever the weakness that need to be broke gonna come to you. When you tell an ancestor, motherfucker, I'm not finna be no alcoholic. Go and sit your ass down somewhere. All of your, look, they want you to tell them like that too. And then all of your ancestors that's about the right thing, the ones that's about the right thing, you know what they gonna do? You heard what the girl said, sit your ass down. Get the fuck up out her mix. That's when you go into the dark. That's why you there.
I know. That's why I said, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. That go for them too?
So many times. Like, how many times I got to go to dark, come back? Like,
until you get it right.
Lord.
Every time you go in, you learning how to do it. So the next time you go in, you can get closer to victory. But you ain't gonna never stop going in there until you learned enough. Now you can tell everybody else, if you want to go in that dark over there, this is what you need to do. It's it's some boogeymans in that closet right there.
It's
You don't want to go
possible,
traveling down that wormhole.
right? Oh
But
my goodness.
serious, when women start taking care, doing their self care,
Mhm.
that's you have to do that as a woman.
Mhm.
When you don't do that, y'all not bearable to live around.
It's hard. That's why. You see, I'm in the corner.
This is what look.
I put myself in the
This is
corner.
why.
You know what I mean? I'll put myself in timeout. You know what I mean? I'm in timeout
Mhm.
right now. I'm in timeout.
Because the best look, you might need to be though, because sometimes you got to go into your little space in order to get your thoughts together. Because the world not gonna stop rushing at you 1,000 miles an hour.
It don't stop.
But you're gonna practice reading at 1,000 miles an hour one day at a time.
Subconsciously, egotistic, like all across the board. I'm like, you're right, sir. You're right, man. You are such a knowledgeable soul. I like it. I appreciate you. Well,
Okay, sweetie. I'm gonna let Hadia back in.
yay.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you kindly. I appreciate you. Peace and
Okay.
blessings and always.
You're welcome. So she's back.
Hi, hi.
Hey.
Okay, so listen, let me put this back on the light. So I really love how you make women feel so safe with you. This is what I'm witnessing. The women are coming on you live, and they're just lighting up. They're just lighting up. You're just, everyone's like giddy. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's like, it's just a beautiful thing to witness, to see so many women just drop into their feminine, just like that. As soon as they come on, the other sister who just left off, I love her. She couldn't, my sister could not, she was laughing through her struggles. I could appreciate that. She was laughing through it, but she was just so excited to be in your presence. And the other sister before her too. So that's beautiful. This is what we're looking for. This is the representation that we're seeking, is to know that we could feel that kind of safety, that kind of rest, that we could. I'm moving the light over a little bit. I was cleaning and doing dishes and stuff before while I was listening. Let me just fix it while I was listening to you speak to the ladies, because I love that. I love when men can just create a space where everyone feels seen. These women felt seen. They felt comfortable. They felt beautiful. They felt excited. They felt joy, even though they were coming to talk to you about some things that they were struggling with. They were laughing through it. And that's beautiful.
Yeah,
So they
the
say,
truth sometimes does that to people. When a lot of us don't know, we have to. Sometimes somebody had to come along and say it's okay for you to be yourself. It's okay for you to take care of yourself. It's okay to let the baggage go, because
mm-hmm,
sometimes that's all the encouragement they need in order to walk in their power.
mm-hmm,
And we're not doing that. We on here saying you 45, you got 4 kids. I don't know what happened. You you need to be trying to get that stuff away. That's not what we doing. It's a whole different understanding of how we interact with people that is required um, in order for us to. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, so I've been in and out following you for. I found you on YouTube. I don't know if you remember me. I sent you a message not too long ago asking you about some books to remember. But
Oh yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
remember.
I'm in Detroit. And I have some questions. I just don't know what to do. Me and my brother, we ended up linking up over. Um, Randomly, he just sent me a message one day of a woman, and she was dressed in Native American garb, and he was like, she kind of looked like you. And I had already been doing some research, like tracing our genealogy and stuff, because my grandma died last September. We from Alabama, and so now like here we are. We both been, I just don't know, you know, what I'm supposed to do. I have, all this energy. I have, you know, I have these experiences, and, I just don't know how to get, because I've gone through like the family thing. We just had two people, like we just had a whole slew of like 4 deaths in the family over the past month, just trying to keep it together, but also trying to figure out how to harness my goddess energy. Like I don't know how.
That's what the sister idea teaches
Okay.
and specializing. That's one of the key factors in me doing this live tonight, is for y'all to be able to talk about and hear from somebody who actually walks you through the healing process in harnessing. That's why it's called Goddess Glow Up.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing is your self-care is the most important. We were just telling the other lady that too.
It's
Your
hard.
self-care, right.
It's hard because we
You
always
got to
want it.
take that. Yeah. But that's a requirement for you to reach your fullest potential,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not fit to be ready to take on the burdens of taking care of a family when you're not taken care of. And you can't rely on an outside individual to know what you need internally in order to make you whole.
Right.
Right. So your self-care is you feeling your feminine energy and putting it in the category to allow you to know what to do next.
Okay.
Because when you're in your power, you automatically know what to do next.
Right. And I was going, and then the genealogy, getting like the answers that I got, and now it's like roadblock. Like where do I go from here? I got, and like, so now what? Now what do I do? So yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I always tell people, when you're going through research and you're building yourself and you run into a place where you don't know what to do, that's the universe saying don't do nothing. Because when when you feel the urge to do something, you're going to know what to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then another thing is like I have my mother, who's still very much into the church, and but also spiritual. I don't know how they can do it and they not know it, into the church, but also still very spiritual. And I like, is there anything I can do to help her with that at all? Because she's still saying like Jesus and Lord, and I'm just like, like, but then very spiritual, very still like, follow your heart, very respective of my opinion and what I'm believing, but also I've been dropping her nuggets, right? I drop her nuggets
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. And she's receptive, but it's like when we're having a conversation, she's open to it, but then she like defaults back
Right.
to that.
Because, okay, how old is your mother?
My mother is 57.
Mm-hmm. So she's been doing the same thing for 57 years.
So
Do you know how hard it is to break a habit that you've been carrying on for 57 years? You can't. She's not really. If you saying she's still spiritual, she go to the church. She's not in the church.
That's
It's
fair.
a difference.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. When she go to the church, she's giving energy to the people she go to church with to make them feel whole.
Yeah.
You can't stop that unless you can replace it with another place where she can go and give her energy that's going to help people feel whole.
Okay.
The church is a master of drawing this energy from the elder women to pass that energy to the younger groups that's in the crowd. That's the only reason why they really there.
Okay.
So you can teach her step by step. It might take her 5 years for her to have a paradigm shift. When you take on an endeavor, it take how long it take, that big. 57 years of spiritual practice in this way doesn't change in a second. It changed with the accumulation of the truth.
Okay.
Every female instinctively knows through their uterus to universe connection that God is the feminine energy. Even them women that go to church and pray to Jesus, when they want the prayer answered, they bypass him. They talk to the uterus.
And that's and that's one thing that I can say that I feel when I talk to my mother, because regardless of like her saying Jesus or Lord, after I get off the phone with her, I feel amazing. I feel And, you know, and I can never walk out the church and feel that way. I can never walk out the church and feel that way. But talking to my mom, you know, it's she gives that. And then another thing
Y'all
is,
got
you
a
know,
direct connection too.
yeah.
Not indirect, direct.
Okay, that's good.
You know. And she know you on a level that ain't nobody else gonna ever know you because you lived inside of her for 9 months. That sense of knowing that comes with the development of the child in uterus, that is a powerful sense of guidance for a mother.
Okay.
She'll bypass all of the BS and give you the truth, but you got to be receptive enough to catch it because she might have to live her life a certain way in this world to survive, but she might give you the tools to change the world if you listening.
And you're right. You're right. So then another thing, you know, like I said, I mentioned my brother. Now he's telling me because I guess he was saying, I guess he's my older brother. He's older than me. He's telling me I'm the key. And I don't know what I'm the key, you know, like I don't know what I'm the key. I don't know, you know, like, you know, I don't know what that is or what that means. You
That's
know, I
because you
feel like
haven't
I'm just
done enough self-care yet.
okay.
You don't know yourself well enough to know why you the key.
Okay.
As the more you take care of your feminine self, if you feel like putting on a dress, put on a dress. If you feel like putting on pants, put on the pants. Whatever make you feel make your heart smile. Do
it.
more of that.
Okay.
Focus on that. And that's going to start building you up to recognize what your next move is supposed to be. Right now, you don't know what to do because you're not supposed to be doing nothing but taking care of you. You got to build yourself up before you go out there trying to get in the ring and call yourself champion.
Okay.
So this is the part that you at. You at the part where you got to build yourself to be ready. And if you vibrate on the frequency, the universe is going to fix the rest.
Right. And then so last thing, and it's not necessarily about this, but I had like an experience when I was doing the genealogy. I got so far, and then everything was like hitting me because the dates, like they weren't that far. That's not that long ago, you know, like that. But I had this experience where it felt like I remembered something, and anger. I'm so angry, and I don't, you know, is that something that can tie into this with self-care and all that? Because the memory that I got, I remembered. And I remember, you know how I've watched you before and you said that it didn't look the same. Stuff don't look the same. You walking around. I started to feel, I felt gross in my body. I understood the effects of colonization. Like it was like I remembered. You know, it's like I came here.
As you went through your chart of your family history, you are unlocking the codes